In recent years, tensions between the United States and China have been on the rise, with both countries engaging in a trade war and escalating military and political tensions. Many analysts have warned that these tensions could potentially lead to a full-scale war between the two superpowers, with devastating consequences for the world. Today, we will examine the underlying causes of the tensions between the United States and China and explore the potential consequences of a war between these two powers. We will also look at the role of technology and innovation in the conflict, and how these factors could shape the outcome of any potential conflict. In today's video, we will be showing you the show-seeking truth behind the war with China. Without further ado, let's begin. The roots of the conflict. The roots of the conflict between the United States and China can be traced back to a number of factors, including economic competition, geopolitical power struggles, and ideological differences. One of the main sources of tension is the trade war between the two countries, which began in 2018 when the United States imposed tariffs on Chinese goods, and China responded with its own tariffs on U.S. goods. The trade war has had a significant impact on both countries, with U.S. businesses losing access to the Chinese market, and Chinese businesses losing access to U.S. technology and intellectual property. The conflict has also highlighted broader economic and political tensions between the two countries, with the United States accusing China of unfair trade practices, intellectual property theft, and human rights violations. Another source of tension is the geopolitical power struggle between the two countries, with both seeking to expand their influence in the world. China has been expanding its military capabilities and asserting its dominance in the South China Sea, while the United States has been increasing its military presence in the region and strengthening alliances with countries such as Japan and South Korea. The ideological differences. The conflict between the United States and China is also driven by ideological differences, with the United States promoting democratic values and human rights, while China embraces authoritarianism and state control. These differences have been highlighted by the ongoing protests in Hong Kong, where pro-democracy activists have been fighting against China's attempts to exert greater control over the region. The role of technology. Technology and innovation have also played a significant role in the conflict between the United States and China, with both countries investing heavily in research and development in fields such as artificial intelligence, 5G networks, and biotechnology. There are concerns that China's advances in these areas could give it a strategic advantage in any potential conflict, particularly if it were to develop superhuman AI or other advanced military technologies. There are also concerns about the role of technology in the conflict outside of the military sphere. The United States has accused China of engaging in cyber espionage and intellectual property theft, while China has accused the United States of using technology to spread disinformation and undermine its political system. The potential consequences of war. A war between the United States and China would have devastating consequences for the world, with potentially millions of lives lost and the global economy thrown into chaos. Such a conflict could also trigger a wider global conflict, drawing in other major powers and leading to a catastrophic global war. In addition to the immediate human and economic costs, a war between the United States and China could have long-term consequences for the future of technology and innovation. It could lead to greater restrictions on the development and deployment of emerging technologies and a breakdown in international collaboration and cooperation on scientific research. To promote responsible innovation, it is important for policymakers and technology experts to work together to address the potential risks and ethical concerns associated with emerging technologies, such as artificial intelligence, biotechnology, and autonomous weapons. This includes developing guidelines and regulations that promote transparency, accountability, and fairness in the development and deployment of these technologies. Moreover, it is important to recognize that technological advances have the potential to exacerbate existing social and economic inequalities. As such, it is crucial to ensure that the benefits of these technologies are shared equitably, and that policies are put in place to address the potential displacement of workers and other negative effects. Finally, it is important to recognize that the conflict between the United States and China is not just about technology and innovation, but also about broader issues such as human rights, economic inequality, and geopolitical power dynamics. As such, any solution to the conflict must be comprehensive and address these underlying issues as well. In summary, the potential for a catastrophic conflict between the United States and China is a sobering reminder of the potential risks associated with technological innovation and geopolitical competition. However, by promoting responsible innovation, addressing ethical concerns, and focusing on shared goals and mutual understanding, it is possible to build a more peaceful and prosperous future for all nations. In addition, it is important to recognize that the conflict between the United States and China is not just a bilateral issue, but also has broader implications for the entire international community. As the world's two largest economies and military powers, the actions of these two countries have significant ripple effects across the global economy and security landscape. As such, it is crucial for the international community to engage in dialogue and diplomacy to promote peaceful conflict resolution and mitigate the risk of escalation. This includes promoting multilateralism and international cooperation, as well as addressing the root causes of the conflict, such as trade imbalances and human rights violations. Furthermore, it is important for individuals to educate themselves about the potential risks associated with emerging technologies and advocate for policies that prioritize ethical considerations and the greater good. This includes engaging with policymakers, technology experts, and civil society organizations to ensure that emerging technologies are developed and deployed in a responsible and accountable manner. Ultimately, the potential for a war between the United States and China is a stark reminder of the importance of promoting peace, cooperation, and responsible innovation in an increasingly interconnected world. By working together and prioritizing these values, we can build a brighter future for all nations and ensure that technological advances are used to improve lives rather than threaten them. In addition, it is important to address the underlying economic and political tensions driving the conflict, such as trade imbalances, intellectual property theft, and human rights violations. These issues cannot be ignored or brushed aside in the pursuit of technological dominance, as they ultimately have real-world consequences for people on both sides of the conflict. Moreover, the potential for a war between two global superpowers would have devastating consequences for the entire world, not just the United States and China. The use of nuclear weapons or other devastating technologies could lead to catastrophic loss of life and irreparable damage to the global ecosystem. As such, it is crucial for all nations to prioritize diplomacy and peaceful conflict resolution, rather than resorting to military action. To avoid a catastrophic outcome, it is crucial for policymakers, scientists, and technology experts to work together to develop frameworks for responsible innovation and international collaboration in science and technology. This includes developing ethical guidelines for the development and deployment of emerging technologies, ensuring access to scientific research and knowledge, and promoting international cooperation in fields such as space exploration and climate change. Ultimately, the conflict between the United States and China is a complex and multifaceted issue that requires a nuanced and thoughtful approach. By working together to promote international cooperation, responsible innovation, and ethical principles, we can build a better future for all of us and avoid the worst-case scenario of a catastrophic global conflict. So guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. For more interesting content, give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more awesome content. Have a nice day, and I will see you in the next video.